From raging wildfires out west to tornadoes tearing through Tornado Alley to hurricanes along our coasts, extreme weather events are really on the rise. And Bonnie Schneider, national TV meteorologist and author of the book Extreme Weather, joins us now with advice on how to prepare. Thanks so much for joining me.
Oh, thanks, Alex, for having me on.
So what is the reason that these weather events are on the rise?
Well, they have been so frequent. I mean, looking back at 2018, we had 14 separate billion-dollar weather disasters across the board, from wildfires to hurricanes, tornadoes, snowstorms, hailstorms. So it's been an incredibly active year. Last year, this year, of course, it's also active. We're still getting a tremendous amount of devastation from storms. So there's a lot of different factors. A lot of people are living in areas and highly populated areas along the coast where they might be more vulnerable to different types of extreme weather. And of course, with a warming atmosphere, with climate change, you do have the air temperature, just even if it's a slight bit warmer, the air can hold more moisture. And if the air holds more moisture during a lot of events like flooding and things like that, these storms could be more intense. They could last longer. Warmer ocean temperatures can make a difference with hurricanes, things like that. So even just slight tweaks to the atmosphere through the years catch up with us. And that's one of the reasons that we're dealing with extreme weather.
Well, and compounding these disasters, I think it's fair to say that people aren't properly prepared for when they're going to hit. So what advice would you share with people to get ready and at least do what they can do when Mother Nature strikes?
I think that's so important, Alex. When I wrote my book, Extreme Weather, I spoke to people across the country that were often caught off guard. They were caught whether they were home or in their car or going camping. They weren't weather aware. They didn't know there was a threat for extreme weather. So staying weather aware for whatever it is you're doing outside is important. If there's a severe thunderstorm warning, hold off your activity till that's cleared. Other things you can do before the weather hits is having emergency prepared supplies at home, including a kit. Some of the things we know, obvious: flashlight, batteries, but also a first aid kit, having a waterproof, watertight container to put your photocopies of your driver's license, any paperwork like a birth certificate, or even for your pet as well. These are things that can get damaged in a weather event, so you want to make sure that they are secure. I know we're doing everything electronically, but a hard copy is helpful as well. Food and water for each family member for at least 3 days. And practicing a family disaster plan is important, so everyone in the family knows what to do if you had to evacuate. Everybody should be in communication with each other, and the communication should be very clear.
Well, and no matter what the disaster looks like, I mean, it's going to be difficult, and of course you can at least mitigate some of your losses and recover some of that if you have the right insurance, right?
Yeah, that is absolutely true. In fact, you want to make sure that the process is painless, affordable, and transparent. If you go to Esurance's website, they have a lot of information on helping you navigate what type of insurance that you might need, and sometimes you might need more than you think you do, or it depends on where you are in the country. And I think that people aren't always clear on that. There could be a lot of jargon out there. So having the language being transparent and clear, very, very important. They even have a coverage counselor tool that will help kind of navigate you through by asking specific questions. Things like this are important to take care of before there is a weather catastrophe event, because once that happens, then you can't take care of it, because oftentimes to prevent fraud, insurance companies will freeze everything, so you can't make a last-minute change once a storm is affecting you. It's better to make sure everything you need is really aligned with where you live and your of course any threats to your area that you may have to experience before a storm hits. And being tech savvy is something that's also important. To maybe download your app of your insurance company, so if you had to upload pictures, you can do that easily as well.
Great points. Bonnie Schneider, thanks so much for your expertise. Stay where you are. We'll be right back.